Whitfield Hollow looked like one of those cozy little towns you find in travel videos. Too quiet, too perfect, white picket fences, a gas pump from 1955 with a uniformed attendant to pump your gas and check the oil, not a single chain store, not even a McDonald's. My GPS cut out 5 miles ago and even the air felt different, but I knew this place, or at least I thought I did. I used to spend summers here with Grandma Margaret. I'd run barefoot through the fields behind her house, buy bubblegum from Mrs. Allen's general store, and fall asleep to the creak of the porch swing. So when a friend told me Whitfield Hollow was listed in an Urban Explorer thread as completely abandoned, I didn't believe it. I had to see for myself. Besides, exploring strange places is kind of my thing. I make videos, Vanishing Point, on YouTube. Forgotten towns, lost highways, stories half swallowed by time. My subscribers love that kind of stuff, and so do I. But nothing about this was forgotten. I turned onto Main Street, slowing the Jeep to a crawl. The town looked exactly the same as I remembered. The storefronts were clean. The curtains were drawn in the windows. Someone had just painted the post office. It still smelled faintly of drying whitewash. And people were there, walking the sidewalks, waving, like they'd been expecting me. They all remembered me. Mr. Davis was outside the barber shop sweeping his porch. He looked up and smiled.
"Leah Reed, back again already?"
He said, like I'd only been gone a few days. My mouth opened, then closed. He hadn't aged a day. Neither had Mrs. Allen, who stepped out of the general store holding a yellow and white swirled lemon stick, the kind I'd buy 15 years ago when Grandma gave me a few coins to get a treat.
"Still your favorite? On the house. It's so good to see you again."
She was holding one out like it was 2010. My heart stuttered. Thank you. You're so kind to remember. I parked and went inside for a minute. It was amazing just how little had changed. The store had a little bit of everything from food to clothes. Mrs. Allen, where do you have iPad chargers? Mine's got some cord damage.
"That's a new one. Never had anyone ask about a charger before. I can certainly check with my supplier and get one in for you."
Really? No, that's okay. I've got a spare at home. I guess they don't have everything. I bought some red licorice nibs and a large ginger beer from the soda fountain. I doubt I'd seen either anywhere but here. But the nostalgia hit me hard and I was loving the memories. Grandma's house sat at the corner between Maple Lane and Thompson Street. The house was wrapped in ivy in late summer sunlight. I parked the Jeep, grabbed my overnight bag, and before I reached the front porch, Grandma was there to greet me. A woman with silver-streaked hair and a smile that was like sunlight filtering through lace curtains, soft, familiar, and filled with stories both familiar and new.
"You're right on time, Leah. It's good to see you again."
I blinked. Grandma, you don't seem surprised that I'm here. I hope it's okay that I'm just dropping in. She tilted her head.
"Of course, I've been expecting you."
Before I could ask what she meant, she handed me a brass key. Every room in her home had its own key. As a kid, I just accepted it as normal, but as I looked at the old-fashioned key, I realized I'd never been in any other home that had different keys. She directed me to the blue guest room on the second floor. It was an honor. She said that she reserved that room for guests, but I'd never seen anyone actually get to use her special guest room. The walls were still painted that calming robin's egg blue with the white crown molding she used to dust obsessively with a feather duster. The quilt on the queen bed was hand-stitched and smelled faintly of lavender. On either side, matching nightstands held delicate lamps with fluted glass bases that looked like they belonged on Antiques Roadshow. I set my bag down by the dresser and ran my fingers over its polished surface. The mirror above it was wide and framed in carved wood that curled at the corners like vines. Now, as I caught my reflection, I saw a tired version of me, hair tousled from the drive, eyes heavy. The bed looked impossibly soft, the late afternoon sun casting warm stripes across the quilt like an invitation. I exhaled slowly. I could nap. Just for a few minutes, or I could grab my gear and get some shots around town. The light was perfect and I loved golden hour, but something about this room, this house, this town made time feel like a turtle going uphill on ice. I kept staring at the mirror, not sure which version of me it wanted to reflect, the one who needed rest or the one who couldn't stop chasing ghosts. Duty won out and I headed for the stairs. Grandma was in the kitchen, so I yelled to her that I was going out for a bit. I stepped outside and launched my drone. From above, the town looked ideal. Part of me still expected to see ruins from above, caved-in roofs, overgrown lots, cracked pavement, something to justify why people called this a ghost town. But everything looked perfect. Mowed lawns, well-tended gardens large enough to feed entire families. People coming home to eat dinner with their families. Maybe a little dull and slow-paced, but it had charm. And then I saw something that surprised me. I was walking down the sidewalk below the drone. I turned it back to see Grandma's house. Someone was looking out the second-floor window of Grandma's old house, my room. I had the keys. Who would Grandma let into my room? She was waving. I froze. My fingers fumbled the controller. The drone hovered steady in the air, but I was shaking. I looked at the view screen of what the drone was filming. The woman looked exactly like me. Same clothes, same hair, same everything, except I was on the street filming and she was in my room. Now it's your turn. Should Leah rush to the bedroom to confront the woman in her room, or should Leah go to the kitchen to make sure her grandmother is safe? Click the link of your choice to continue the story. Please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you think Leah should be doing something else. Thanks, and I'll meet you in the next video.